Hello, fight fans. Michael Fights with Friends here, and we got to talk about this Tj Dillashaw situation because there's a lot of implications to this. For those of you that don't know, Tj Dillashaw was the bantamweight champion of the world. Recently, he lost to Henry Cejudo in something around 19 seconds. Very close fight. Before that, he was possibly on his way to becoming the greatest bantamweight champion ever. He'd taken out Hannah Barrow twice impressively, who at the time was undefeated and thought to be indestructible. Absolutely dominated him, surprised everybody. Went toe-to-toe with Dominic Cruz, a guy who probably has the best footwork in the history of MMA. Then he has two impressive knockouts over Cody Garbrandt, where he eats some shots. Now he goes down in weight from 125. And this is a guy that has, around 0% body fat. And he goes down to fight Henry Cejudo from 135 to 125. And people are like, how in the world is this going to happen? We just don't understand. Now, of course, within the last few days, it's came out that, first of all, let's talk about TJ immediately relinquishing the belt. A lot of people, including myself, one of the first things that I said was, that's very, very strange for someone that's not guilty to relinquish a belt so quickly without trying to fight it. He basically, the body language was, I know there's no way to fight this. I know it wasn't a tainted supplement. We're going to talk soon. He goes on Joe Rogan after this testing comes out. Now, supposedly nobody knew what the testing was. TJ knew. Supposedly Joe didn't know. I don't know if he did. I don't know how many people knew. But if you didn't see what he tested for, go back to Lance Armstrong, go back to the Tour de France and all those guys where you have to go back to like number 43 to find somebody that wasn't doping. And it was EPO. And what EPO is I'm not a scientist, but I'm going to roughly explain it the best I can. As they take oxygen out of your own blood and then they save it, and then later on they re-inject that oxygen back into your blood. And it's a crazy thing. It gives people crazy advantages. I mean, cardio just off the charts. And maybe that's why we really never see TJ get tired. Now, of course, the first person that was extremely upset about this is Cody Garbrandt. He wants that loss, his last loss to him, investigated, and they did investigate. They did go back, and they found out that TJ was positive for EPO during the last Cody Garbrandt fight. So it seems like Cody Garbrandt has a good argument to have that fight overturned, at least to a no contest. Now Cody, I mean, he's pissed. He's saying, snake, you cheater, you piece of garbage, all of this intense stuff. And he's emotionally, rightfully so. He says he wants TJ, when he gets back after 2 years. I don't know if TJ is even going to ever come back. This is such an embarrassment. But he lost twice to him. Cody wants him to go back and go through all those files as far back as they have now and check for EPO. It seems that USANA did not have as stringent testing on EPO as they did in other things until recently. And possibly that's why TJ was able to get this. You hear all these things about how he has these advanced training camps, and now he's selling the books and the secrets, and he's got this guy from NASA that coached the US Olympic wrestling team to great victories, and how they hook them up to these machines every day, and they say, this is how of intense workout you should have, this is what you should eat at this time and this time and this time. And now they're saying they didn't know that he was taking EPO. So first coach Duane Ludwig comes out And he says, I'm very disappointed. Cody's my friend. I can't believe he would do this. Furthermore, you hear coaches come out, like I was talking to the guy from NASA, and I think John Kavanaugh's in that group. I could be wrong. I can't think of the name from NASA anyways. He's saying he doesn't know what's going on, that they were completely surprised. I have a very hard time believing that. They're in charge of his training almost 24 hours a day. So, I mean, this could be more than a 2-year suspension. You could go back. We could be looking at a lifetime suspension. I don't know, but this certainly forever tarnishes the legacy of Tj Dillashaw. Let me know what you guys think down there below in the comments. Please give me a like. If you're new here, please subscribe to the Fights for Friends family. We do a lot of MMA podcasts. We follow along through the fight. We do fight companions of MMA matches, boxing. Sometimes we show the fight depending on the copyrights of what is out there, as you can find on my channel. Recently I uploaded some old Valley Cujudo matches with Marco Ruas. More of those will be coming. It was an old find from Brazil from, God, like 20 years ago. Over 20 years ago, I think. So I really want to know what you guys think down there in the comments. I'm sure you will let me know. Until next time, as always, I love you. I respect you. And I'll see your fine asses later.